All right.
We are live again.
Episode 2. Wow. We've made it this far.
Week 2, baby.
What it do? Nah, welcome everybody. You already know it's J&J here.
J&J.
My-
Wow. Oh, that's our catchphrase now?
Oh yeah,
J&J.
so to explain real quick, the name, because somebody has already asked me what our name means in the podcast. The J&J ride along, basically it means that there's been many times where me and Joel, he would pick me up from my house and we would just drive around for hours, just talking.
Wasting mad gas.
Wasting mad gas, driving around everywhere in New York. And we would just talk about literally everything. So when we were sitting in the car after episode 1, we were like, okay, we got to come up with a name. And then he was like, oh, you know what? We literally always do this. So, you know, we're just talking about the thoughts that we have while we're driving around. So I started thinking based on that. And I was like, okay, the J&J ride along. And then there we go. And that's how it was born.
Well, you know, your name is Jose.
Yes. Oh, yeah, also that.
And then my name is Joel.
So we put the J&J. It's funny because my first name is Jose, but my middle name is not. His first name is not Joel, but his middle name is.
Yeah, it's weird. I think that's a Spanish thing. Like, you have 2, 3 names.
It is. And the picture was taken by yours truly in Joel's car. We were trying to think of something, and, you know, we just put it simple, you know, a nice little picture.
No, it's all ours. It's all our pick.
Our pick, you already know, copyright. You know, anybody that's trying to take it, you already know you're going to have to go through us first.
Professional, yo. That's
But,
the iPhone.
But yeah, with the iPhone, actually, I took it with my phone, and I opened the door and I angled myself to take the picture nicely, you know. So, but yeah, so welcome everybody. You know, before we get started, me and Joel would like to thank everybody.
No, I don't.
Okay, me, Jose, wants to thank everybody for their support in episode 1. The view count right now is at 224.
You just say 225. Yo.
All right, so we're one down from 225, which would have been a clean, nice number, but we got 224. And we're so happy and grateful, and you know,
this broke our expectations.
Yes.
By
Oh
like
my
miles.
God. Yeah, I was legit. Like I even said in the ending of the last podcast, I thought it was just gonna reach like 10 people.
Like 5 of those views are probably ours.
Yeah, most likely. But when we saw that it was going up and up, you know, it was so nice. Like we would text each other back, yo, check the count, look at the count. Like it was crazy.
I mean, it's not about the numbers, but it was like kind of exciting to see.
It's like what Joel says, you know, it's not about the numbers, but it's like, it's so nice to see that there's people supporting us and, you know, very interested in what we're doing. Cause, you know, we started this as something like, oh, we're just going to go out there and talk about what we know and, you know, flow from there. And from the support, people have texted me and, you know, saying that they enjoyed it, that they like it. It means a lot to us, and we're going to just continue from here. This is the beginning, legit.
Yeah, and
like,
thanks to the people that actually, like, took that time to even give us feedback.
Yeah,
I had a couple friends.
Yeah, the people that
They
gave
were
us
just
feedback,
like-
yeah.
They were just like, oh, like, I like this, but you could, you know, do this better.
Like, that's so, you know, we're so grateful for that, and we appreciate it tons. But,
anyways, enough of, like, it's about us. It's not about that.
But, so, Joel, how was your week from last Monday?
Yo, this week... Well, if you saw my Instagram post, this week has been rough, you know? Because we were talking about goals that first week.
Yeah.
And that first week was, you know, the first week is clean because you got that motivation. You're
Exactly.
like, you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then that second week comes and you're just like, ooh. like, wait a minute. And so the gym I go to, they wanted me to do like this orientation. I've been to the gym for like 2 weeks already, but they wanted me to do some orientation. And they did like this program. They were like checking my height, my weight, and asking me all these questions like, "Oh, like what do you do? Like how much do you do cardio, etc."
Yeah.
Right. And like I don't smoke, I don't drink, you know, I don't do any of that thing. I try to eat clean, except you know sometimes I eat fast food.
Yeah.
But because I have a history of diabetes, because my family has diabetes and cancer, like some of our family members have cancer.
Yeah.
So I'm 26. They were like, yeah, you're 26, but you feel like you're 40. I'm just like,
whoa.
what?
That went deep real quick.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, you feel like you're 40. I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, I did track, I did baseball, I did rugby, a little bit of football. Like, like I know I got out of shape, but like,
Yeah, damn.
am I supposed to be like 40?
So how did you react to that? Like, what did you say? Like,
I'm like, that's a lie. Like, that's like a corporation thing. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
trying to sell you because after that, they were like, oh, so that means you should do like these classes.
oh, that's a
You
setup.
know,
It's a
it's
setup. It's a setup.
Like you should buy these vitamins. Like
Yo, I could have a bodybuilder shape, and they would still tell me something. Like
yo,
that.
like, and then no, this is the best part. They were like, yo, by January, you can feel like you're 29.
Yo,
Yo,
that's such a scam.
Yeah, like, all right, like I know I'm not supposed to feel like 26 when I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
But like 40, really,
40
guys?
is- that's
Yeah,
OD.
that's OD.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I'm a
too
40-year-old
much.
man. Like,
Nah,
what is-
that's
And you
that's just a way to sell things. They make you feel like that. Like they're like, oh, you look like you feel like you're 40, and then you're like, you know what? He's right. How can I fix that? And then they're gonna be like, oh, you could buy this, and by January you'll be good. It's just like a way to sell things. Like
don't get me wrong. I like the gym. It's closed.
Of course.
The people are chill. But like, god damn, like
you just want to work out. Like
I
let
just
me
wanna-
be.
let me be. Like,
Yeah.
And then they took me to like to do a personal training kind of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
It was like a one-time thing for like the new people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man killed me, man. That
Jesus.
man, I don't know. He was making me do some like plyometric. I don't even know, like some.
Fun fact: I worked out with Joel one time. We went running, and I tore my groin because of him.
All right, never mind.
I could not walk for like a month because of Joel.
Yo, anyways, I think it's because you wasn't running hard.
No,
enough.
that's not why. It's that with anything in life, you can't just start full force the first day.
Yo, but I wasn't pushing you to like go like.
He made me run like 10 miles, and then he made me go up and down these stairs.
All
And down like these 10 flight stairs like 20 times.
right, first of all, I can't even do 10 miles. So why? That's a big lie. That it was like a mile first of all, and then we did like 5 rounds of stairs.
Making me do jumping jacks up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Anyways, the rough week, sorry. Everybody goes through it, and, we just got to work to get past it, like we spoke about goals. Just work on your goals, and, yeah, I hope your week is getting better now.
No, yeah, I had a great start today.
Yes.
And then, I went to the gym with this. I mean, it's really
It's
hot
hot
today.
outside, yeah.
It's hot. Yeah, I was sweating bullets.
It's bad.
Guys, if you're trying to run, do not run in this heat. You're gonna pass out.
That's hard. I can't even
like
imagine.
I'm crazy, so I could do it. Like I could survive it,
Yeah.
but like I feel like a normal person. Nah. So okay, bro. How was your week?
My week was interesting. I finally started taking my driving classes because I have my road test in a month from the 17th of next month. Really nice. It's like I was telling Joel. It's like when you're practicing in the parking lot, it's not the same as practicing in the street. And practicing in the street is so much more comfortable and easier. Like you just, because it comes naturally. Like you got to turn this way. You just turn. But in the parking lot, it's like you got to like do everything. Like, you got to stop and like turn like crazy. So it was nice. And then, I drove my parents' Highlander, which was frightening for my dad more than my mom, actually.
I actually got a little bit of that fear today because you were driving my car and I was just like,
Okay, but we made listen. Where Joel lives, it's a very complicated road. Like I feel like only experienced, really good drivers will be able to do that with no problem. And I made it in one piece. Yes, I did a kind of bad turn. It was kind of bad. Yes, I'll give him that. But this is my 3rd time driving in the street, so I did pretty well. And he helped me park and everything. But before we finish with that topic, I always find it so funny because my dad was literally more nervous than my mom. Like, I can't. That's so funny to me. Like, he was like, oh, my God, you got to be careful. You got to do this and that. And my mom was just chilling in the back eating, like, some Skittles or something. So, like, it was funny to me. But, I feel good. The more you drive, the more comfortable you is. Like, and I feel good right now. And just got to keep practicing,
And guys, he has like this first love for driving. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah. I
okay.
want to drive everyone.
Yeah, everywhere. I was like, wait until your parents be like, yo, let's go here, let's go there, let's go. Then we'll see where that first love goes.
Yeah, because, like, you're not the only one that's told. My parents, people from church, like, they're all like, yo, now you're going to enjoy it. But once you get your license and everything is good, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna want people to drive you.
Yeah. When you gotta drive people, and then you be like, "Yo, where's that gas money?" And then you don't see them ever again.
Never again. That's it. But that's my week has been pretty good. Productive and working hard. And yeah, enjoying my summer. The last few weeks of summer.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Summer's almost done, bro.
No, it's just like this is like the first summer that I'm done with school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm used to like going back to school, but I'm not going back to school. That's so weird for me.
I know. Well, for me, I'm going back. You already know. IT major. Excited. But just trying to enjoy this free time that I have now compared to where I'm going to go through in a few weeks.
Oh, no, yeah. You're probably going to suffer. You're gonna suffer.
Most likely. But, all right. So today, we have a very nice topic.
Ooh, controversial.
Yes, very controversial, very spicy. Listen,
hot sauce.
Somebody told me that last week. They were like, yo, you like to use the word spicy. Because it's true. It's like when you want to describe something, you got to use the word spicy, especially like a controversial topic, because it's like picante, tú sabes.
I want to give a shout out to all the music majors that listen to this. You remember that song, guys? I know you remember that. Spicy and chill. Spicy. Only music majors know that.
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
No, because every time I hear the word spicy, I think of that song. Because we did a song in chorus in chorale when I was in school. And it was they were singing spicy, and I was just like, what? What are we singing? Like,
all right, that's interesting. I never heard of that song, but
it's I think it's an old ass. I don't even know.
So like, I like to use that term to describe something that's very like, it could go both ways. Like, there's people on this side, there's people on this side. So, yes, the topic we have for today is love. Damn. Like, I can already hear people just staying shut right now.
Like, whoa.
Like, yo, what's going on right here?
Be careful, guys.
Be careful. Y'all started off good. Don't go into this route.
Hey, you might offend somebody.
All right, listen. We're doing this out of love. We're doing this from experience. Sorry. Oh, no pun intended. We're doing this from the little bit experience I have and experience that Joe has had in college, high school. So we're just here to talk and give our thoughts in this topic and to show this side of love that people don't really know, and like what we understand over some questions that we have here. So Joel, start off.
What?
You starting off today.
Oh, I'm starting off today?
Yes.
Okay. So Gabriel.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you the first one. I'm going to throw it back to you, actually.
Oh, okay. Damn. Already.
Yeah,
dodgeball. All right.
How would you describe love?
Ooh. All right. Okay, so love, there's so many ways to describe love, right? And in my interpretation, I feel like love is something that you don't feel for every single person you meet. Love is something that is so powerful that it just doesn't go away in like a second. Like, I have a friend who told me, and I truly believe this. He told me, when you truly love somebody, no matter how hard you try, you will always have at least a little piece of that love for somebody in your heart for your life. Could be 90 years. If you see that person's face in 90 years and you remember them, you're going to feel some type of way. Like, not some type of way, but you're going to feel something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, it's just a random person in the street. You're going to obviously feel something because you loved the person in the past. So I feel like love is something one of a kind, something that is so strong that it's crazy. Like, sometimes your heart and your brain can't even control it.
I think we gotta really differentiate what kind of love we're talking about.
That too.
Yeah,
yes,
because I could love a burrito. Like like I could love, I could love my car, I could love my job, but
so let's get a little specific with the question.
Yeah, so no,
what type of love are you speaking of?
I think love is love. Like whatever, like you love something, but like what you were going with was like the more relational love. Like, with somebody. But I think love has in its core, it's sacrificial. That's selfless. Love is like that Bible verse, which everyone uses, which is crazy because it's like those verses when Paul talks about love.
Yeah.
Everyone uses it, even non-Christians, Christians, people don't even know what Christianity is. They use that verse because it's so powerful. It's love is kind, love is patient, love is selfless. And in its core, love is sacrificial. Love is like you're willing to sacrifice whatever you have for that thing or object or person.
Yeah.
So like, if I love a burrito so much, I'm gonna sacrifice my time, my money, that like to go to Chipotle, and get that chicken burrito. You know, like, and because I love, and you know, right now I have this love for.
This man is obsessed with Chipotle right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Every time I come out of work, it's just
goes
Chipotle.
Chipotle. But that's like so much money. But
all right,
I get what you mean.
It's not like, I mean, it's love, man. I love
it's
Chipotle.
love. It's love. Yeah, you donate how much money you want.
But like people don't see, you know, like people like, oh, put that aside. But it's like if you really love something, you're gonna sacrifice anything. Like for example, dogs or pets. Like when people love pets, they sacrifice paying for food.
Yep.
They sacrifice to give a home to that dog or pet. They sacrifice the medical bills to go to the vet, and you know, something. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sound like rude or mean, but like, you know, like most people when the dog is sick, they're just like, we'll just get another dog.
Yeah.
But if you really love that dog, you'll be willing to sacrifice all you have so that dog can get better.
Exactly.
Or cat or whatever pet.
Yeah, no, I think that's true because it's like you said, it's like even when it comes to like family love, when you love a family member, like, you know, one of those, you know, like my brother or something. If you truly love your brother, which I hope everybody does, you know, I hope there's no hate between family. You will do anything for him. Like you know, if he needs money, you'll give him money. If he needs food, you'll get him food. And I think that's so important because, you know, you don't want to have that fake love. You don't want people to just tell you one thing, but then when you need something, they're not there. So I think that love you're talking about is true. I think love is selfless. And it's like I said, it's one of a kind. It's not just something that happens like out of nowhere. Like, you know, like when you first started eating Chipotle, like you're like, oh, this is not bad. Then you started eating it more. The more you ate it, the more you started to love it. The more you, oh yeah, this is good. Let me go get more. Like in some cases, you went 2 times in one day. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. So I think love is just something that's so powerful.
But that's interesting too because think about it. I can't love a person the same way I love a burrito.
Hell no.
No, that's weird.
No.
Like
no, but
that's
your intentions are kind of similar.
No, yeah.
Because like it's like you said, I love how we're just talking so much about a burrito. When you want a burrito, you spend your time going to the place. You get out and you get in your car, go and get it. You spend your money, your hard-earned money into that. It's the same thing like with somebody you love, like, and some intentions, you know, oh, you're taking them out to eat, you buying them stuff, you know, you're giving them money when they need money. So in that extent, they're kind of similar, but it's 2 completely different types of love.
I think that's I remember I was in this class, and they were like, the English language is weird because they only have one definition for love.
That's facts.
Which is, I mean, one word for love, sorry.
Yeah.
Which is L-O-V, love. Like, but there's so many different types of love. You know, like
it's so easy for people to take love out of context.
No, yeah, and it's just like, imagine a girl coming up to you, yo, I love you the way I love this car, or like this burrito, or it's like no, like
yeah,
like. They should be like, oh, no, I love you for like you. Like,
I love you for you. Yeah, that's true. It's true. But so the following question, I have a question for you, Joe.
I'm scared.
As you can see in this generation, the more years that come, the more powerful social media becomes. It could even be called an addiction in some cases. Do you think social media today can affect your relationship with somebody?
Of course, man.
To what extent?
I think how much you allow social media to control your relationship.
Oof.
Like,
oof. Damn.
All right. We're we're not supposed to sound cringy, man. Like,
no, we're not. But it's facts. Listen, everything we're trying to speak is what we believe and like the opinions, obviously. But we're trying to be as close to facts. But so I'm not trying to make it any cringy than it is. You know, some family members already called this cringy, but it's all cool. You know.
Um, it's because what happens? What's the main cause for the clashes in relationship? Because it's they compare. They start comparing what happens in social media. Like
Yeah.
when they start looking, oh my God, why is she doing this?
Yeah.
Or like why? Yo, look at what he does to her. And that's the problem with social media because social media gives you this fake like outline of what a relationship is going on with other people.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna post the ugly pictures. They're not gonna post the pictures that they're fighting. They're not gonna
Mhm.
post the pictures where they're not talking for like a week.
Yeah.
They're gonna post the pictures where they're like in Cancun, you know, smiling at the
That's
beach.
fine. Yeah. Exactly.
Or like at the fair, cotton candy, or
Yeah.
they're like at dinner. They're gonna post some nice pictures, and then
exactly.
when you see that, and the more you see that, the more that's gonna affect your mind, your
Mhm.
mindset of like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I don't see that in my life.
Exactly.
Then you think there's a problem.
Yeah, that's yo. What you just said is very like true. You know, people like I could be sitting with my girlfriend. I don't have one, but in an example, I could be sitting with my girlfriend. We could be arguing, and then she'll go on her phone, go on Instagram, and see like these couples like in Dubai standing on top of a roof, with like $100 in their hand. And then she's gonna see that and be like, "Yo, why can't we be like that?" But at the end of the day, that's just a picture. You can't base somebody's whole relationship based on a picture.
And then also with like social media, it's like I feel like it could be a good thing, but sometimes listening to like a lot of advice from social media could be
Yeah.
bad as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's always that post about like, a man should treat you like this, or a man should treat you like that, or a woman should be
Yep.
like this. Like let him be, and then that like it really like clouds your mind.
Yeah.
It makes you like cloudy in judgment, and
Mhm.
like you start to see like all these flaws in this person because of social media. Because it's
Yep.
like, oh my God, why didn't he call me for like the second time today? Or
Yeah.
why didn't he text me? It's just like because you allow these things. I mean, granted, there are people, they don't need social media to be like that. To be
Yeah.
like, oh, why didn't you give me flowers? Why didn't they blah, 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 blah,
Yep.
blah. Like, they're so needy.
Yeah.
But social media, I feel like fuels that. If you use it the wrong way, especially if you use it, especially when you're depressed and you're looking at it and you're just like,
And
Oh.
you know what I think too that social media does? It triggers jealousy faster. Because it's like in some cases, like I've talked to people where they have a girl, like all they do is like how Instagram, it lets you look at what people like pictures of. Somebody had told me one time that they spent months just looking at what the girl would like, and if they were like a guy, he'll go into their profile and see who that is, if she liked any other pictures. So like I feel like stuff like that, like it triggers jealousy so much faster than like just walking down the street. Like compare that to like Instagram and Facebook, where you can see so much of what the person in a relationship is looking at. It's crazy. Like from somebody liking a picture to somebody texting you, like it's so big now. Like jealousy has expanded like crazy. Like I think that's why a lot of people break up now, honestly, because they get so jealous that they don't even have trust in their partner.
and then that's what happens, right? Because it doesn't become love. It becomes some weird, comforted, like,
it's not even love anymore.
like it to them is love, but it's just
It's
like
not.
it's
Yeah.
weird kind of feeling for a person. Like if they don't do this for
Yeah,
you, if
exactly.
they don't do the ways that the social media does it,
Yeah.
then it's not love. And then I think that's the problem nowadays because people forget what's the root of love.
Yep.
It's like that selflessness. It's that sacrificial. It's that kindness, that patience of just like, I'm going to give you my all. And I'm not going to expect anything.
Yeah,
That's the root
exactly.
of love.
That is.
That's the root. But like, people change it because the thing is, what happens is, Gabriel. Like, give me that look. What happens is, it's people feel like they need to tolerate BS because they're in love with somebody.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the you can love somebody but still be like, you know what? I can't deal with you right now. Like I need some space. I can't tolerate what you're having
Yeah.
or what you're doing to me. I have that love for you and I'll be here for you, but like I need to walk away.
Yeah.
But people nowadays is like, oh, if I don't fight it through, if I don't stick it out, if I don't, and it's causing you more pain than love, then is, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people confuse that.
And it's like the biggest thing also is like people, they put somebody else's happiness in front of theirs. So like it's basically like what you're saying is like people like in a relationship, as long as the other person is happy, they don't even care about their own self. Like they'll be freaking depressed just because the other person is happy. And it's so troubling like to see that where there's situations like that, because it's like if you truly don't feel happy, then you can't be with that person if they're not treating you the same. It's two peas in a pod. If he's not working for you or she's not working for you and trying to make you happy and you're doing all the work, then that relationship is not meant for you. Or maybe not in that time. Maybe that person needs to grow. Maybe that needs, like a lot of cases, like I've seen so many cases, or not seen, but like I've heard of so many people that tell me that they break up because the other person needs to find themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, you know, I'm not saying that's BS, but I'm saying like if they're truly like if they're telling you that, then you know what? Then you gotta find yourself too. Take the time, be like, you know what? Maybe it's not my time to be in a relationship.
I don't think I hate that term too, finding yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that's weird. Like find yourself. Like I've been me for like 26 years. Like what do you mean find myself?
That's,
Like
like I've heard many people say that. Like
But-
many people.
I think what people need to start doing is start loving themselves.
Loving themselves.
You know what I mean? Start loving who they are, because I feel like you can never appreciate the love from another person if
Yeah.
you don't appreciate the love
Yeah,
for
that's
yourself.
like what I was gonna say. I feel like if you don't love yourself, you can't be in a relationship.
You can't because, well, from what I learned, this is my experience.
No, this is coming from my experience as well.
From my experience, I can never appreciate even the compliments from another person because I never appreciated who I was as a person.
Yeah.
So it's like they could be genuine in what they were saying. They could be genuine in their love. They could be genuine in their like kindness, but I never appreciated it because I never appreciated myself, and that's the problem with nowadays in relationships. It's like the person doesn't really love themselves, so they're putting this burden on the other person,
Yep.
their partner, to be like, help me love myself, and it's just like
Exactly. That's what it is. And then it puts the weight even higher on the other person, because now they're trying to, you know, make sure that they're happy, and then also trying to make sure the other person is happy, and that's tough. That's tough because then you just feel so overwhelmed with all this responsibility of making sure that the relationship works. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's bad.
So my question to you then is, why do you think, I mean, we touched a little bit on it, but why do you think there's so many like divorces and separations nowadays?
Damn, this is thanks for the question, Joel. Listen, I'm only 19, right? I can't just say, oh yeah, because I've seen so many cases where people, they get divorced because of this and this and that. I'm gonna base this off what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've read online, you know, stuff like that. I feel like divorce is becoming such a natural thing. I feel like people, as soon as they have one argument, we're getting divorced. I hate you. I want you to die, this and that. Like, I feel like divorce is just like a natural part of a relationship now, in most cases. Where people, they feel like as soon as the second that they don't feel some type of love for that person, like they married, that's it. That they gotta go. And it's like, well, from what I've seen, a lot of vows include, you know, you got to stick with the person through thick and thin, up and down.
Yeah.
So the moments you're feeling down, like the fact that you just want to bounce, it's like, did you even love the person in the first place? So like, I feel like divorce is getting to a point where people are just seeing it as like the answer to all problems.
I think you touched the point too, where it's like, oh, the love ran out, or like there's no more love in the relationship,
Yeah.
and it's just like, well, wait a minute, like love is not just words or a feeling.
Exactly.
Love is action. Love is like denying yourself for the other
Yeah.
person.
Like, look what I'm looking at right now. According to APA.org, about 40 to 50% of married couples in the United States divorce.
That's wild.
Can you believe that?
So every other couple I see is probably gonna get divorced.
Exactly. Like, I can't believe that. That's like, you prepare your whole life. Most people, they prepare their whole life to marry the person, the one that they believe is the one that God sent. Well, in most cases, people don't believe that. But the one that their soulmate, right? You marry them, and then divorce. I mean, I'm not gonna include the cases where like you get cheated on and stuff like that. That's like a whole difference.
Yeah.
I'm talking about more in general things. Like you marry the person, you get into a few arguments, and then you bounce.
I think I mean, even with the cheated, like the affairs or whatever, it goes back to it's like I feel like people rush into marriage. They
Yeah.
rush into.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They rush the steps to marry somebody, because I feel like you're not gonna know a person right away. You're not gonna know.
Yeah.
And then also, a person's gonna change within a year or two.
No,
Like
that's for sure.
in a good way or a bad way, but they're gonna change.
Yeah.
They're gonna change. So you gotta expect that change too. Like I remember hearing this podcast. Wow, because I'm talking about other podcasts.
No pun intended.
He was like, "Yo, I've been with my wife since high school. Like we were a pair in
Wow.
high school. I cannot have the same relationship now that I did in high school. Like
Mhm.
that's two different things.
Yeah.
Like he was like a 40-something-year-old man,
Jesus.
and like he has a wife, kids,
Yeah.
and it's just like you can't treat the relationship the same as it was in high school.
Mhm.
Like no, like it's a whole different aspect. So it's the same way with like now, like people are not willing to change. It's like, oh, what's the number one thing? You weren't like this. Wow, you
Yeah. That's
you seem different.
you seem different. Oh my god.
And it's just like no, like you're expected to change.
Yeah.
You're expected to grow, and going back into love, it's just like with love, if you love that person, you're like, I'm gonna love you, sacrifice myself, be
Mhm.
like, all right, you're gonna become different in a year or
Yeah.
two, but I'm gonna love that because my love is unconditional.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Now it's conditional love.
yeah. Yeah.
Whereas like if you're supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be
That's-
if you don't meet these requirements,
Yup.
you're not gonna see my
Exactly.
love.
Yeah.
And love in its core, sacrificial, like I
Yup.
said. Love is unconditional.
Yes.
Like you can lose 100 pounds, you can gain 100 pounds, you can get zits all over your face, you cannot get zits all over your face.
Yeah.
You can have nice hair, bad hair, whatever, curly hair, straight hair.
Yeah.
I will still love you for who you are
Exactly.
as a person.
Exactly. Icing on the cake right there. Like that's the thing. It's like people expect somebody to stay the same the rest of their life. Like I'm not gonna be the same 10 years from now. Like I wasn't the same when I was 9. You know. Now I'm 19.
I mean,
Obviously,
I hope so because
obviously I was a kid back then, but you have a different mentality. You think of things differently. So I feel like you need to give yourself enough time with the person before you get married to realize if you really want to marry the person or not. Because it's like I said, if you know you want to be with that person, you got to make sure you go up and down with them. You got to be in the good ride. You got to be in the bad ride. Like there's cases even before you get married, like where you get into a bad fight and you realize the true intentions in that relationship. Like, for example, it's like, let's say you guys get into like a couple really bad arguments that like you guys stop talking for some time. The next step is, do you still want to be with that person even after that? Because then if you do, then it shows that you're really truly gonna fight. You know, it's gonna happen. You are willing to continue the relationship. But if it just stops right there before, like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna break up with this person, then you can't marry that. You can't marry a person when you have that mentality. So I feel like before you get married, you gotta make sure you take a lot of time to get to know the person, see their true colors, like a lot of people like to say here. See the true colors. You know, go through whatever they're going through. You got to be by their side and show that, you're willing to give them that love that they need, that sacrificial love, like you said. And I truly believe that, honestly.
You know, the thing also, which I want to add on to, is like, I feel like you could be more selfless when you learn how to love yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you love yourself, and another day, if that person leaves, you'll be fine because you have that love coming back to you.
Yeah.
You're receiving a love that no one else could take away, which is to yourself. And nowadays, people are getting married who don't really love themselves. They're just because they're trying to find a wife that could satisfy the love that they need to receive.
Exactly.
And
then that's why divorce rates are higher. And then that connects to the social media thing. You see these couples, like, let's say I'm a guy, right? And I see a girl treating her guy right, buying him 2K, this and that. And I'm like, oh, as soon as I find a girl that buys me 2K and buys me food, I am gonna marry that girl. Then you see that, like you have such a, like you have a picture painted in your head of what you wanted just because of what you've seen in social media. Once you find the lovey-dovey girl that does that, then you want to marry them. And then when you get married, they start to change. They start showing their bad side. They start showing that, oh, you know, that this is not.
The things that social media can't show.
Exactly. And then you're like, what the hell is this? Oh, my God, this is not what I saw. And then you want to divorce them. And then you want to go to another girl.
And that's what scares me about 90 Day Fiance. I don't know if you guys watch that show, but where someone tries to find love, quote unquote, in another country,
Yeah.
or like they look for somebody through online dating that live in another country.
Mhm.
And so the thing is, if for the people that don't watch the show, is like they get a visa for 90 days for a person from another country to come, and they have 90 days to get married because, you know, once you get married, you become a citizen.
Yeah.
So you see these stories, these crazy stories, and I'm talking about, like, I don't want to sound rude, like these average Joes searching up like hot supermodels
Jesus
from
Christ.
Colombia, Brazil, Russia, like.
Yeah.
And, like, you can obviously tell, like, these girls are trying to date these guys
Just
to get the visa,
yeah.
to come, like,
Yeah.
and it's, like, they can deny all they want, but, like, you can see it because we're talking about couples, they're about to get married, and they haven't met each other in person. Like,
that's crazy.
and we're just talking about how social media could give a barrier to a person that you can't really see who they are because they're going to just show the good stuff. Like, I just saw the episode from last night where the girl, she goes to London. This girl, she meets this guy from London. And she's disappointed because he doesn't really look like the guy in the pictures.
Oh, my God.
And, like, the guy even admits it. He's like, yeah, I have an angle. It's to the right.
Wow.
You know, from the top.
Catfish.
So, yeah. So, no, like, he looks like...
He looks like it, but he's not.
But, like, when he poses for the pictures, he tries really hard.
Tries
you know,
really
get
hard,
that jawline, like, and like the guy's not bad looking, but like compared to the picture, it's like you think this guy is like a model.
Yeah.
So,
but you see what I'm talking about? Like, that's not real love. Like, you're loving you are marrying somebody just because of a visa. Like, what is that? And in between 90 days and with the whole online thing, you're not gonna truly know somebody like that. You can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's impossible because there's probably people that got married in a week and they probably still lasting. But it shouldn't be the standard. It shouldn't be the normal to find somebody, date them for like a month, and get married like the next month. That shouldn't be it because that's what leads to higher divorce costs because you really don't truly know the person. And once you get married, you're going to find how the person is. And then you're going to be like, you know what? I want to bounce. I want to move on to the next girl that's going to treat me like how she treated me before I got married. You get what I'm saying?
Yo, you know what's crazy? You know, it's like, I find this hilarious. I was talking to my sister about this. Like, if you look at all the all the people from America looking for, like, their partner from other countries, if you look at all their friends, they're quality, solid, good-looking friends that they could be with. Like, I was just like, bro, like, you don't have to go to freaking Colombia to search this girl up. Like, you have a good person that you can, like, try something out. Like, I understand, you know, like, you have friends. Like, they're not supposed to be a relationship. But, like, you know, like, try it out. You have people from your own state. Try people from your own state.
Exactly.
But the problem is, and I see that with many cases from 90 Day Fiance, is where they I lost my train of thought. Where they go through something.
Yeah.
A crazy divorce. Like, oh my God, I just broke up with my husband of 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find love again. Or you have this guy in his 20s. It's just like, I had bad girlfriends here, but I met this girl in Russia. Or you have this guy who's like rich, and he's like, oh, you know, I want to find real love. And the thing is, they're trying to find something that can never help them find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it goes back to loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like these people do not love themselves.
Yeah.
Because there was one girl who did like this one girl, she did all this plastic surgery,
Oh my
all
God.
this makeup, all this stuff to prepare herself for the dinner.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, if he really likes you, he will like you for you, not
Exactly.
for what you're presenting.
I have, from everything you're telling me right now, I have a curveball of a question to you.
Oh,
Can you find true love in online dating?
ooh,
Ooh.
ooh. I think so. I because if you think about it, how did back in the day before like internet and it was just online dating was basically, oh, you know this person, like can you help me talk to him, like, or you can help me talk to her, like, right, like it was about connecting. It was about like, what was it, like speed dating? There was like a bunch of speed,
Speed dating,
dating.
that's
There was speed dating. There was just like, oh, you know this guy, like help me talk to him.
Like the
or-
40-year-old version. You seen that movie?
Nah.
Yo. It's a funny movie. But yeah, because like he's trying to find a true love and they put him in speed dating and then like all the girls that were in it was like his ex and stuff. It was funny. It was like
I think what the problem is with online dating is the people have the wrong motive.
Yeah,
behind it.
intention.
Intention, yeah, because they're trying to find like their wife, and I'm just like,
And you know what else? Like I feel like they also use it for something else, if you know what I mean. Like a one night stand type thing. Like there's a lot of cases where people
oh,
they
that's
just go on
Tinder
there-
basically.
Yeah, like they just go on in to find somebody to hook up with and like bounce, you know.
And that- and that-
like that's not. I don't think that's healthy for somebody.
Of course not, because what happens? That changes your definition of love.
Yo,
That changes your view of love, because
Yup.
now you're thinking
of lust.
now, yeah, it becomes lust. It becomes like, yo, if I don't receive this physical need,
Yeah.
this person doesn't love me. And it's just
Exactly.
like, if you don't have the right motives for online dating, you're not going to find that person.
Mhm.
Even with the algorithm or like the program that
Yeah.
helps you like find the right person. It's just
Yeah.
like, no, because you're looking at it for the wrong way. You have to like, the point I'm trying to make, and I've been trying to make it this whole time,
Yeah.
is like you have to find the love for yourself first
Yep.
before you can do that.
Yeah.
Because you won't be disappointed. I mean, you'll get sad if something doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You know,
it's gonna
break-
happen.
It's gonna break up, but like, you won't get into this deep down depression. Like, oh my god. Now, if it was like a 20-year marriage or something like that,
for
you
sure.
know,
Yeah.
like, damn, I was in love with this woman. What happened? And something happens and they break up.
Yeah.
But like, we're having guys and girls like get freaking devastated over a little breakup.
For like a year, like.
And look,
Oh,
I
shit.
am not talking because I seen like this happened to
It
me.
happened to
I
me
yo,
too.
I'm crying over a girl. Like, girl.
But then when you realize the bigger picture, like when you realize, you
exactly.
know what, like I gotta move on. I'm young, you know. I gotta. Eventually, I'm gonna find the one for me. Like, it's gonna happen. But, like it's like you said, you went through it. I went through it too. Like you get like a year relationship and you think the world is ending. Like you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to be dealing with nobody. You don't want to talk to any girls. But after a while, you're just like, you know what, like let me try to better myself
And
because
that-
I'm just putting myself even down, like more deeper into the hole.
And that's the beauty of the city, which I love, New York City. Like, it opens your eyes how big this world is.
Yeah.
Because, especially even in my job, New York Botanic Gardens, I meet people from all over the world.
I could imagine.
England, Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil.
Yeah.
I meet people from other states. And I'm just like, whoa, like, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
There's like, and like, there's a lot of people. So why am I crying over a person that doesn't want to be with me or doesn't want the time with me
Mhm.
when there's like millions, billions of people around this world that I can meet and just be like, and talk, you know, and move on from that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's true. It's like what I'm saying. It's like once you realize that and then you realize the bigger picture, that there's so many people in the world that, you know, they will gladly be with you and they'll be happy to, like, you know, be with the person that you are. Like, it's crazy to think about. It's crazy.
So I got a question for you.
Oof. Dale.
I think. Do you believe in the one, like your soulmate, like your other half, the person you're meant to be? Like, you know, in Greek mythology, like people. This is what I saw that I read. I don't know if it's true or not, but like before the origin was, people had 4 arms,
Wow.
4 legs, 2 heads, because it was 2 people in one. So like they were together, and then Zeus, I don't even know. Like don't quote me on this. Zeus separated everyone, so like it became 2 people. Like
Yeah.
so like the person like so everyone had a soulmate who they had to meet
Yeah. I
because
get
they
it.
were connected
They
with
were
them.
connected. Yeah.
So do you believe in that? Do you believe like there is somebody in this world that you're meant to be with? Like you're the one.
To a certain extent, I believe so, because especially like in our case, we're Christians. You know, we believe in a God. We believe in one God, and I truly believe God has somebody for you.
But
It's like, I don't know if I want to say like I believe in the one. It's like I don't know. Like I believe that, like I said, like God has somebody for you. So is that saying that I believe in the one?
But what if I don't believe in God? What if for the people that
But
that
you asked me though, like you asked.
Okay,
as a-
okay.
so like now a general statement, right?
yeah, general like for the people that like, you know, what God? I believe in stars. Like I believe in
I
what
mean, I can't tell you because I don't know. Like I've always grew up with that thought that God always is gonna have somebody for you. You know, you're obviously gonna go through some phases where you go with somebody and you know it's not gonna work out in some cases, but I can't just say, yeah, you know, these people, you know, atheists, they believe that this and that because I don't know. You know, I don't know. Do you have an answer for that?
I think it's I feel like anyone could be the one
Yeah,
if you put the work in it.
yeah.
And I'm talking about like I don't know how it's that's a deep that's a like whole other topic.
That's a whole different topic. 'Cause
That's
it's like something. It's like you're trying to get yourself in the brain of somebody that doesn't believe in what we believe in, and it's hard to because I was raised in a Christian household since I was born, so I can't just jump in and say, oh yeah, like you know, people that don't believe in Christ and God that they believe this because I don't know. I can't speak on what I don't know. That's why I'm like
No, but I'm talking about like the one, like in general, like believing in the one. Like I think anyone could be your one, but like the point it goes back to is like how selfish you're gonna be or how selfless you're gonna be about it.
Yeah,
Because if you don't know who you are,
yeah,
if you don't know what you are and how much love you have for yourself,
exactly.
you're never gonna find that one, quote unquote, because it's like the person, like yo, Gabriel, there could be a person perfect for you, a girl who loves the Yankees, who loves the Lakers, and loves the Seahawks for some reason, like yo, a girl like who loves everything about you and just like you don't even have to work out. I just love you for you. You're like a big teddy bear to me, and a girl that loves video games, music, yo.
Yeah.
She's your keyboard to your drums. Yo, like,
All right, I get the point.
all right, you got the point. But if you don't appreciate who you are,
Yeah.
you're never going to be able to accept who she is.
You know what that question reminds me of? The episode of The Office when he gets his blood taken out and he passes out, but the girl next to him with the glove, and like he's like, oh my God, I gotta get this glove back to the girl. And then he sets up like this thing, the Valentine thing in the office, where he's like, oh, the girl with the glove is gonna come and I'm gonna figure it out. And then she came. And because he was so depressed and he was like, yo, she's not coming. He was like, oh, that's not her. When it was her.
You know what? That's funny because I remember that episode and I'm like thinking hard. I'm like, isn't that the girl?
It was the girl.
It was the girl, right?
She came in and he looked at her, and remember everybody was like comforting him, and he was like, "Oh, that's not her." And he put his head back down. Then she just looked, and then she left. Like, you see what I'm talking about? It's like what you're saying. It's like you could find the person that because he was communicating with her, he was talking to her and everything before he passed out in the truck thing, the ambulance, and he passed out, and he was like, "Oh, yo, who's this girl? This and that," and then she was right in front of him. and he didn't. He just let it go because he was selfish. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If he would have been like, you know what, wait, maybe that is her, and then talk to her.
You know,
a
that
little bit.
also brings up another point, how people they put a different image in their head compared to what they're seeing.
Yeah, like that.
You
Was, you remember that? Listen, we're big Office lovers. Before we finish, the episode where Pam is like, "Oh, I'm gonna put you with my landlord," and then he goes to the coffee shop and he waits for her, and then she comes in, and then she's like, "Oh, are you Michael?" And he was like, "No," and the people behind the counter were like, "Michael."
he was trying to ignore it.
Well, you see, like you see, Michael doesn't know until he met Carol. Wait, was it Carol? No, it was Holly. Sorry,
Holly.
What real love is,
But like,
Yo.
all right. To finish,
Yeah.
let's talk about that, Mike and Holly, and how, like, I don't know. Like, you can see how Michael has grown
Yeah. No.
from season 1, because now he appreciates what Holly is for
Yeah,
him.
because like, look, that's perfect. Because remember when he broke up with Jan, right?
Who was horrible for him.
Yeah, horrible. And then what she did? She went, got plastic surgery, came back, and what he did? He went back to her. And then he goes from that to then finding Holly, who was like perfect for him. He went through some depression because they had to break up for some time. He was mad sad. Then when she got with AJ, her ex-boyfriend, like he still fought through it. And like, they finally got together and then they went to Colorado. So like you see the transition he went from just dating somebody because of their physical looks to actually how Holly used to treat him, which, she wasn't the best looking girl, but she treated him so well. So it comes down that it doesn't come to looks all the time. And this is a general thing, not even for a TV show. It doesn't always have to be looks. Like, if somebody looks okay, but they treat you great, why don't you take a shot with the person? Why? Because they're big or they have a mole on their nose. You're gonna just be like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna. Like, that's what I feel. Like, I feel bad. Like, I'm sorry for it because like there's people who reject somebody just because of how they look for somebody that probably looks great, whatever. And then they get their heart broken. You get what I'm saying? Because they just went for the looks. And it's something that I've always been like, since I was in high school, it's always something like I've always thought about. And I've always been so sad about because people don't realize that that's not what love is about. Maybe there are people that look great and they are great people. But in most of the cases, you see somebody that's trying with you and, oh, yeah, I'm cooperating with them. And then you just deny them because they don't look a certain way.
And you know what happens too a lot of times? The person regrets when like, let's say a girl likes a guy, but he doesn't like her because she's not as pretty as he wants her to be. And she finally moves on. She's like, you know what? Let me go to somebody that appreciates me.
Yeah.
She does. What happens majority of the time? The guy's like, oh, wait a minute.
Let me go back.
Let me go back, but it's too late.
Yep.
Like, because she finally found somebody that appreciates her.
Yeah.
So, I always give this example. I remember one time, I don't know, I think it was at a job or was it at the train? But I remember there was these two couples. These two people. They were gorgeous, like beautiful people. They were just sitting in the train like they don't talk. And they were talking about like the most basic stuff. Like, oh my God, look at this, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at this post. Oh my God, you saw Jenny. And he's like over here taking selfies. Like stereotypical
Relationship. Right?
relationship. And then I saw, one time I was at the mall, and I was in the food section, and I saw this couple, and like, this is gonna sound really mean. This couple was ugly, like, but like I'm trying to get to a point because I want you guys to see the difference. This couple was ugly. They were just. This guy was big. I think he was like a big Samoan guy.
Yeah.
And it was a Spanish lady that and they had like a kid. And I'm just like, wow, they settled. They settled for each other because they couldn't find anyone else.
Yeah.
That was my mindset back then. I was like, oh, they settled for each other because they.
Yeah.
And then I'm like eavesdropping and listening to what they were saying and talking, how they were talking to each other and how they were. And I know it's not reflecting on how their relationship really is.
Yeah.
Because it's only I could only see it from the lunch table, but
Yeah.
like the way they were interacting, I was like, wow, it feels so genuine. It
Exactly.
feels like they love each other for
Because
real.
that's true love.
It's
It's
true.
not. It's not just because okay, maybe they find each other attractive, right?
In their own eyes.
And yeah, exactly. But they identify with that person's personality. They say, you know what? You know, this person treats me great. They treat me right. Even if he's big, I'm still gonna take a chance with him because that's genuine love. That's real love. You know what I mean? But yeah, man,
we could talk forever.
yeah, we could talk
could-
forever, you know. But you know, it's such a nice topic to talk about because you could reflect on your own stories and your own experience, and yeah, it was nice talking about it for some time.
I think we might have to do like a part 2.
We could, you know what? We might do a part 2. I think so.
You guys should let us know. Like,
yeah,
we
if
should-
you think we should do a part 2, let us know.
like
and
we could talk about the positives of like the good
oh
things.
yeah,
we could see,
about,
like
because we kind of just like identify like the bad things about love, like
Like
divorce and all of that. Like
but we could talk about like what love should be and what
Yeah.
love like what we see in
I
love.
think for the next episode we should do that. It depends how people react to it.
Yeah, but no. We're doing this show how we want it.
Oh, okay.
I don't care
I'm
about.
sorry. I mean, it's about the fans at the end of the day. But
As
but
you can
yeah,
see, I'm trying to be the villain. I'm trying to be the villain of this
yeah,
podcast.
I'm the good guy. You know, we always win. But
Yeah.
so yes, this is gonna conclude our episode 2 of today. You know, it was a nice topic. I feel great, and I liked it. It was like a nice little, you know, a way to like express everything I thought.
No, guys. Yeah, I mean, again, if you reached this far,
Yes.
If-
Once again.
yeah, if you made it this far, we'd like to thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank the people because this actually happened. There was a couple people that fell asleep during our podcast. So if you fell asleep,
That's I take that as a compliment because I do it all the time. I fall asleep to different podcasts, so it's like you're enjoying it. and
yeah,
just
you
fall
enjoy
asleep
it
to
so much and it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
Our voices are like soothing, so it just makes you fall asleep.
But before we go, before we hit the hour mark, we are announcing that we are gonna be releasing an Instagram for this podcast.
What?
Joel,
What is the Instagram?
Joel came with the idea, and I was like, it's a great idea because people could interact with us there. I would take pictures of like before we're gonna start a podcast, do all of these things, use it as promotion. So by the time this goes up, we'll most likely have it up, and just follow us, and you'll enjoy the content. And please subscribe to the channel on YouTube and like the video, comment,
Comment.
yes, comment.
Be like, Joel, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you can say Jose, sorry. You're stupid. You don't know anything. You're only 19.
Or you could drop a compliment.
Yeah, you could be like, yo, good job, guys. You guys did really well and stuff like that. Whatever you guys want. The community is open for anybody to say anything you want.
And if you really love us, if you really care about us, who we are, you'll hit that share.
You hit the share button
Yo,
and tell people to
yo,
listen to it.
yo.
You know what? I have some people that actually share the podcast. Like they put it on their Instagram in the story, said, yo, go listen to it. And I appreciate that, because that's what you want. You want people to be there to support you,
So
And-
guys, stop being selfish and be selfless for once and show that true love we were talking about.
Yes,
and
picante.
spicy.
Spicy. That's
And-
my new catchphrase for this podcast.
No, wait. I had a friend who said we can't use catchphrases.
Oh, really?
She hated it. She was like, nah.
Okay,
It was
so-
actually one of my good friends.
All
Shout
right,
out
so-
to Ashley.
So, all right. So I won't say spicy anymore. I'll try to use a different word. But thank you guys so much for listening. We had so much fun, and we look forward to the future. So you already know this episode should be out tomorrow, Tuesday, and yeah, no sports update because people like Joel were complaining that I was giving.
I was not complaining.
Sports update in the middle of the podcast, but yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening. Until next week. Right,
Adios,
Joel?
amigos.
Goodbye.